Welcome to the second sequence in the Lazy Sunday series. I hope you've had a good week. So for this sequence we are going to again just need a mat or a bit of floor space and a blanket if you have one, or a cushion will do as well. So let's start lying down. So we're going to come onto our back. Now, if you have a bolster at home, which I know is a luxury, you can pop that under the knees, or maybe a couple of cushions if you wanted to. But I'm just going to keep the knees bent, take the feet a little bit wider than the pelvis, angle the toes in and bring the knees together, okay? And then just make yourself comfortable, so you may want to adjust the shoulder blades down the back, smooth the back of the pelvis toward the front, and gently lengthen the neck. And then go ahead and close the eyes. So we're going to start with a few minutes of mindfulness of breath, but also a brief body scan to help us relax more deeply. So let's just take a moment, allowing the body to rest back into the floor and beginning to sense that contact that our body has with the ground beneath and with the support of the blanket or cushion. And begin to become more aware of the parameters of your body, the outline of your body, sensing its wholeness and feeling the full weight of the body resting down. So the bones, the muscle, the skin. And starting at the head, let's allow the weight of the skull to rest back into the floor. And begin to invite a relaxation across the face, releasing tension across the forehead, softening the space around the eyes, releasing the jaw, the tongue, the throat, feeling the shoulders rest back, the rib cage, and then ungripping any tension within the belly. So as you breathe now, just focusing on that area around the belly, allow the breath to softly expand and open the belly. So as you inhale, the belly softly rises and opens outward. And as you exhale, the belly relaxes back down toward the floor. Stay with that for a couple of cycles of your breath. Deep belly breathing. And then move your awareness down toward the pelvis, allowing the pelvis to be heavy. Consciously relax the pelvic floor muscles if you can. Soften the thighs, relax the buttocks, the calves, the feet and the toes. And then come back to a sense of your body as a whole. And begin to pay attention to the rhythm of your breath. and feel how the breath is gently moving the body. So on the inhale, the breath comes in through the tip of your nose, and the body gently opens to receive the breath. The rib cage widens and lifts, the belly expands and opens outward. And then as we exhale, the breath comes back out through the tip of the nose. The rib cage gently retracts with the diaphragm. The belly softens and hollows. Stay with that as closely as you can for the next few cycles of your breath. Whenever the mind wanders, as it naturally will, you gently encourage it back to the breath and to the sensations of the body, receiving and releasing the breath. Okay, let's start to open the eyes slowly and adjust to the light. Bring the feet back to about hip distance. Move the cushion or blanket from under the head. And draw the knees into the chest for a moment. And then make your way up to a sitting position. So we're not going to use the blanket or cushion just yet. We're going to come into a cross-legged position called Sukhasana. So I'm crossing the shins. So it's quite a narrow position with the knees. Okay. Now make sure the sitting bones are nicely grounded. Place the hands or fingertips down either side. And just find a nice sense of length through the spine. So we'll inhale here. On the exhale, let's just begin to hinge forward to fold. Walk your hands out in front if you have the space and if you can. And then we bow the head. And we just take a couple of breaths. I'm spreading my fingers and I'm grounding the hands quite firmly into the floor. And as I do that, I'm trying to ground back with the sitting bones. So there's a gentle pressing back into the sitting bones to help open the lower back. Very good. Now start to walk your hands over to the left. So it's almost like it becomes a bit of a side stretch because I'm reaching through with my right fingertips, but I'm grounding back with my right sitting bone. And I'm turning this right side of the rib cage down toward the floor, toward my legs. And then we keep going, we keep walking around with the right hand. And then what I'm going to do is open into a big side bend. So the left palm is facing down. I reach across. At the same time, I'm grounding the opposite sitting bone into the floor. So that's deeply grounded there. And then we come all the way back up. Very nice. Okay, let's change the cross of the legs, guys. Always feels a bit strange this way. And then place the hands or fingertips down. Inhale to find the length, release the shoulders. Exhale to begin to hinge forward, walking the hands out in front if you can. And then spreading the fingers, grounding the palms, gently pressing back into the sitting bones to find that sense of space across the lower back really. And then we direct the breath there, so inhaling, we feel the lower back and kidneys gently expand. And then exhaling, we might try to fold forward a touch more. And then I walk the arms over to the right. And I I'm gently grounding into that left hand. At the same time, I'm rooting back with the left sit bone, rolling the left side of the rib cage slightly down. And then I keep going with that right hand, and then I open out into a deep side bend, stretching that left arm over, grounding deeply through the left sitting bone, breathing right into this whole left side of the body, and then slowly come all the way back up. Very nice. Now from here, guys, let's take the legs out wide for Upavishta Konasana. I'm going to lightly flex my feet. I'm going to bring my fingertips down in front. Now let's start with some small circles. So I'm going to bring the weight onto that right sitting bone and then bring the chest forward and around to the left. And then gently back, just shifting around in a circular motion. So you'll feel the weight kind of transition from one sitting bone to the other as you come up. And then change direction when you're ready to. You can do big circles or small circles, but keep the pace quite slow so that you're staying quite mindful of the sensations moving through the body, particularly around the pelvis and inner thighs. And then back to that center so that you can then fold forward. So inhale here. On the exhale, begin to hinge forward, perhaps bringing the hands out in front. If you're quite open, you might move on to your forearms. You can see what works. If you have a brick at home, you could use it as a headrest, which can be quite nice. And then slowly walk back up. Fingertips behind, just to help you shift the legs here into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees opening out. Holding the fronts of the ankles or the feet. Inhale to sit nice and tall. Exhale, hinging forward, keeping the spine long, so try not to round or roll the shoulders forward. And then gently turning the gaze down, pressing the heels gently in toward each other to encourage the knees to open outward. Release the shoulders, soften the jaw. And then slowly come all the way back up. Nice work, guys. Come into a easy cross-legged position or whatever sitting position works for you. And then bring the palms together to touch at the heart. Bow the head. And just take a quiet moment, honouring your practice, honouring your day of rest. And then slowly lift the gaze, open the eyes. Enjoy your Sunday. Namaste.